Hey everyone, if this is your first time, I'm Kyle and I am one half of the Wandering Shores. So for the last 3+ years, my wife and I have been full-time RVers traveling on the road. And over that time, we've been filming our lives on YouTube and sharing on Facebook, Instagram as well. And we haven't done a lot of product reviews, but I found something that I think is exactly what we need. So this company, SJoyBring, reached out to us about this CarPlay system. And just a little history here. We have a 2016 Ram Rebel, Ram 1500 Rebel version, and it's got the old style radio in it. We do not have the ability to connect our phones to any type of CarPlay. We can broadcast over Bluetooth, but we don't have the ability to use it for navigation. And so for the last several years, we've been using an RV GPS, and it's just having problems. It keeps crashing, it's not updating, the firmware is outdated. It worked well when we first got it, but Rand McNally does not do a lot of updates, and it gets stuck in a vicious cycle, and we needed to do something different. So perfect timing. We have gotten this from SJoyBring over there. This is the Joy-7082. I've taken it out of the box, so let me show you a little bit about it. So what this does is it allows you to broadcast either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. For us, we are Android family. Don't hate on us, please. But it allows you to broadcast Android Auto up here or Apple CarPlay. You can use Apple Maps, you can use Google Maps, you can use Waze. Whatever you're deciding to use, this is a good option for it. The nice thing about this setup is it has a lot of different functionality that is perfect for just about everybody. Not only is it in Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it also has a front-facing camera so that you can record almost like a dash cam. And then for certain applications, you can also install the rear view camera as well. And you can hook it either up to your rear view light in your back tail light, or you can just have it on as a driving camera all the time while you're moving. So we're going to take you through, show you some of the beautiful features. There are different mounting options. You've got the suction mount here to the window with a lot of flexibility as far as adjusting the height and the angle depending upon where the window is. You've got the dash mount where you can mount this disc to your dash, and then you can mount this to that. Or you have what I think is probably the best option. You can mount this little platform right to the dash, and this will snap right on. The nice thing about this is, I don't know if you can see here, it is adjustable. So you can adjust it to your angle, and we'll show you how that is set up here later. But then you basically can take it on and off. You just snap this in to the dash and you're good to go. So let me readjust the camera angle. I'm going to show you, I'm going to power this on here in the house that we're visiting and show you what it looks like, how easy it is to connect to the phone for the very first time. We'll be right back. All right, so I've got everything laid out here for you to take a look at. A couple things I want to mention. Obviously, this is run off a 12-volt car battery, so I have my portable power station here to give us some power while we're here in the house, and then I can take you out later and show you what it looks like when you hook it up inside the car. But, so a couple things about the connection options. Here is the power source. It's a USB-C connector, and it goes on the back right there. There's a plug for the rear view camera. It comes with a 64 gigabyte SD card for saving all of your video recordings, so that's fantastic. And then the auxiliary out, and I'll show you a little bit about that here in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plug in the 12-volt cigarette style lighter that comes with the system. One thing to note, you can connect either through Bluetooth or through a cord to your Android Auto if you're going to go that route. So let me go ahead and plug that in and get some power here. And let me pull this cord out a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. I'm gonna try to adjust this so that you can see it. It should, oh, look at that, it's powering on. All right, so we'll give that just a second. All right, as you can see, it's got the camera is working already. You can put my hand right in front of that. I do not have the rear view camera hooked up. Okay, so that is the main screen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go ahead and connect this for the very first time. What you've got here is you've got three main windows. Obviously offering the DVR, which is the video recorder in the front, and this also can be adjusted. The camera is movable based upon where you set it in the car. So that's a feature that a lot of these I've heard do not have. Let me go back to the home screen. You've got Apple CarPlay, you've got Android Auto, you've got playback feature of the videos that you've recorded, you've got the audio output options, we'll get to that, you've got the standard settings, you've got Apple AirPlay, which, well, let me back out of there because I don't have an Apple phone. This allows you to play videos and music, etc. You've got the Android Cast. This will basically duplicate your Apple phone up onto the screen. So if you want to watch YouTube or something like that, not that we suggest you do that while you're driving. Bluetooth music if you want to go that route. But right now what I want to do is I want to get this set up with with Android Auto. So I'm going to do Android Auto. It says, do you want to switch to Android Auto mode? I want to say confirm. So then I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to find the Bluetooth connections, which is right there. Hopefully you can see this on the screen. And I'm going to pair with a new device because I have not paired with this before. So it says here that it's called T86 and then some numbers and letters, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and pair. It's going to give a Bluetooth pairing code. Doesn't show up here on the screen, so I'm just going to hit pair. And it looks like it is now active. So let me go back here and go to Google Map. Oh, look at that, as quick as that. There you go. You've got Android Auto, so let me just go to one of these places. How about Schneff Farms? Oh, no, that's not gonna work. Let me go to this place. Oh, sorry folks. I'm gonna go to the Christmas lights. I'm just gonna hit directions. You can see it routes it on your phone, projects it up, and there you go.
Lights may be closed by the time you arrive.
All right, you have the ability to split this screen if you want to run something else here on the other half of it. This button right here will take you to your options screen. You've got home. This takes you to the front facing camera. This adjusts the speaker volume back and forth. This adjusts the lightness, volume, or brightness so that you can adjust it while you're driving at night or during the day. You've got your other options related to Google over there. So really nice, super easy. As you saw, it connected probably within 30 seconds or so. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back out to the home screen. You can see it's now connected to Android Auto. You've got options that you can go into the settings. You can set the day and time, split screen, recording duration, resolution, mirror the image if you want to reverse the image. For example, with the rear view camera, things like that. Screensaver settings, reverse settings. We'll get to all of that here shortly, but I wanted to kind of show you how easy it was to hook up, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the other options you got. So before we go outside to the installation in the car, I wanted to highlight a few other things here while we're inside. So there are basically 3 cords that came with this kit. The first cord here, well, let me go back here. The first cord here is obviously the power cord, and as you can see, it's got a USB mount there or plug so that you can then charge and or connect directly via a wire. It does not come with a USB cord because they're so specific to the phone, so you're going to have to use your phone's USB cord to connect if that's how you need to connect to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. The second cord is going to be the rear view camera. This can be set up as a full-time camera or it can be set up as a triggered reverse camera, and that's what this power cord is for. You would connect this to your tail light, and that way, or your reverse light on your the back of your vehicle, and that way when you put it in reverse, it automatically triggers this to activate it. It does have settings and parameters that you can set up, and the instruction book is actually really well done, so that you can adjust, you know, based on your vehicle. You can adjust the suggested lines when going in reverse, etc. And then the third cable is going to be our auxiliary cable. So with the auxiliary cable, you're going to go ahead and you're going to connect it right here, and this is going to allow you to basically hardwire the audio from the device into your speakers of your vehicle. It also has a sound deadening thing to kill any of the static that might be created. So this is really a good option, but I found that just using the audio that is on here is perfectly clear. It's loud and you can adjust it, and you're not going to have any problem with that. The last thing I want to point out, once you have it installed, there's really two screws. There's a large screw right here, and then there's a small screw right inside this area. This is how, once you set the parameter for where you want it at based upon the angle that is best for your viewing, you can go ahead and tighten this and tighten that screw down. Let me do that, and you can see it doesn't move anymore. So if you want it fully out and up against the back, so that you can mount it with the suction cup mount, which is going to, well, let me unscrew this real quick, get it back to pliable. So if you've got it mounted like that, you're going to be able to take this, slip it in there, and then you can kind of adjust the mounting however you need, and then you can tighten that screw down to keep it in this position. So there are really a lot of options. This is a very nice system. As you saw, it sets up super quick. But we're going to take you out into the vehicle and just kind of show you a use case scenario and see what you think. All right, we made it outside. I'm here with my buddy Rick.
Hey all.
So he's the nice one letting us mooch dock off his property here in outside of Phoenix. So we have got the CarPlay set up in the vehicle. So let me turn around and show you what that looks like. So I've just for now used the suction cup mount. I've adjusted it to a fairly good angle. I will show you when we turn this on, depending upon what mount you're using, you may want to adjust where the suction mounts. Maybe mount it a little bit higher and bring the camera down, or bring the screen down a little bit further. But let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and give it some power. And it's already been synced from earlier when we were in the video, so it should automatically connect to my autoplay, or my Android Auto. All right, so there is the DVR. You can see it's showing what the camera is seeing. You can see obviously the mount is right there visible, so again, you might want to adjust that. So I'm going to go over here to Android Auto. It's going to give it a prompt to process. I'm going to go onto my phone and pick a location to drive to. Let's go pretend like we're driving to Taco Bell. There it is. We are on our way to Taco Bell. We are 2.1 miles away, 6 minutes away. And yeah, so obviously you've got a lot of options. One thing I will say, that if you're going to mount it to the screen, I'm sorry, if you're going to mount it to the dash using the suction mount, keep in mind that, as you can see, or as you saw, the cords that you plug into the back of the unit are going to be up above it. And with the way the angle of these are, you're probably going to be able to see some of them. I highly recommend that you mount it to the dash. That way you can run the cords flat along the dash, off to the side or something like that. It also is not obstructing the front-facing camera. Again, you have the rear-facing camera as well as an option to plug in, but we're going to take this for a drive and we'll show you how it works. All right, hopefully you can see that, obviously with it being so sunny and bright out, but we are going to take a loop. I don't know that we're going to drive all the way to Taco Bell. You guys know how Android works, or Apple CarPlay too. So, but we'll just show you that it's operational and working well. Again, when we powered the car on, it connected very quickly.
At the traffic circle, take the first exit onto South 220th Street, East Camino Buena Vista.
All right, it's working exactly as expected. This is a definite enhancement to our travel day. We will now have the ability to use Google Maps much more easily than we have over the last 3+ years, where we've just been having our phone mounted right next to our RV GPS. This is going to be our exclusive option moving forward. The nice thing about this one is, as you can see, it's easy to take in and out, and so we'll be able to move it from vehicle to vehicle if we would have a need for that. We're using it in my friend Rick's vehicle right now, but it's going to be permanently mounted in our truck. And yeah, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe. But we are going to put the video, or I'm sorry, the product link down in the video description. And if you got any questions about this, reach out. 2 thumbs up to SJoyBring. Fantastic CarPlay / Android Auto screen for cars that weren't equipped with it to begin with.
Can we do